hi! Welcome to Jasmine Dragon Tea House. We're going to discuss how to play Pai Sho. It could be a bit overwhelming at first, but after some practice, you'll get the hang of it. In this video, we'll introduce the overall gameplay. Each section on the Pai Sho board has a name. The small triangles are called gates. This is how your tiles are generally entering the board, although there are exceptions. Every other space on the board is considered a garden. These outer portions are neutral gardens. The inner dark-colored triangles are red gardens, and the inner light-colored triangles are called white gardens. You win the game by completing a harmony ring. A single harmony is when two tiles are on the same line without any other pieces between them. A harmony ring is where individual harmonies come together to encircle the midpoint of the board. I know this is a lot to take in, so we'll stop here for now and pick up in a few hours. Have you had tea yet? There's always a cup for you at our table. Oh hi! Welcome to Jasmine Dragon Tea House. We're going to continue our Pai Sho lesson. Now that you know what gates and gardens are, let's talk about what they do. The four gates are how most tiles will enter the game. Tiles will be added to the board as the game goes on. Once a tile leaves, it cannot return to a gate. The different gardens on the board indicate where certain flowers are allowed to be played. Red flowers can only be placed in the red garden. White flowers can only be placed in the white garden. But both red and white flowers can be placed in neutral gardens. As you play, you'll be moving tiles on the lines, not the spaces between them. If a tile sits on a line between two gardens, it is considered to be in either garden. So this is allowed because it's technically in a neutral garden. And this is allowed because it's technically still in a white garden. I hope I'm explaining it well enough for you to understand. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. There's always a cup for you at our table. Oh hi! Welcome to Jasmine Dragon Tea House. Before we continue our Pai Sho lesson, I wanted to offer a suggestion. In Pai Sho, you have flowers that are considered white and flowers that are considered red. It's tough to memorize which tiles are which, so I like to paint my tiles accordingly. You can choose to paint the flower itself or the border around the tile. If you don't want to paint over the beautiful wood grain, I completely understand. In this case, you can put a small dot on the back of the tile where it will be unseen, yet you could still flip it over for reference during gameplay. Taking the time to do this step will save you a lot of frustration when you're still learning how to play. Refer to this chart on what to paint, put on some relaxing music, and enjoy a spot of tea. We'll see you in the next lesson. There's always a cup for you at our table. Oh hi! Welcome to Jasmine Dragon Tea House. Our third lesson in Pai Sho will cover what each tile does. Each player receives 28 tiles total. There are 6 basic flower tiles, 4 accent tiles, and 2 special flower tiles. Everyone receives 3 of each basic flower, 2 of each accent, and 1 of each special flower. Coloring the back of my tiles and writing down the number of spaces each one can move really helped me in the learning phase. I suggest you take the time to do the same. Here is a comprehensive list of what each tile is called, as well as what it's allowed to do during gameplay. Feel free to pause or take a screenshot of this chart to refer back to. If you'd like to visit my profile page, I have a link to this document in my bio. I'm happy to share it. Let's have some tea while you prepare your tiles. There's always a cup for you at our table. Oh hi! Welcome to Jasmine Dragon Tea House. Let's continue our Pai Sho lesson. In Pai Sho, the guest always goes first. They choose one of the 6 basic flowers, and each player starts out with the tile chosen in the gate to their left. Then the guest makes the first move by choosing another basic flower tile. This one starts at the gate closest to you, and in your first turn, you can choose to move it however many spaces your tile allows. Make sure that whichever 2 tiles you have on the board harmonize with each other. If they clash, then you've already lost the game because you can't harmonize. Once a few turns have passed, you'll have successfully lined up your tiles on the same line, creating a harmony. For every turn that you create one of these harmonies, you get a bonus action. You can choose to plant a basic or special flower tile at any gate, or you can choose to place an accent anywhere on the board. It looks like your tea's running low. Let me get you some more. There's always a cup for you at our table. Oh hi! Welcome to Jasmine Dragon Tea House. Now we're going to talk about winning the game of Pai Sho. As the game goes on, you'll have several tokens out on the board to work with. Your goal is to create a harmony ring. It could look like this, or even this. Essentially, you just want to create a bunch of harmonies that connect around the midpoint of the board. Keep in mind that your opponent will be trying to do the same thing. Your accent tiles will come in handy to slow them down while you're trying to build your own harmony ring. The fun of Paixão is that it changes with every game. It can be strategic and methodical, or it could be a fast-paced game of luck and improv. There are many different ways to play, and each nation has adopted their own set of rules. In the lower ring of Ba Sing Se, Street Paixão is popular. You can check out all the variations at scudpaixão.com. Maybe we could play together sometime. There's always a cup for you at our table. Oh hi! Another great question. These three flowers have created a harmony. One of the accent tiles you could use is the rock. It blocks Jasmine and Lily from having a harmony. If you want to continue that chain of harmonies, you'll have to move your other pieces away from the rock or find another route. Another accent tile is the wheel. All of the surrounding tiles have to move clockwise. This can also help break up a harmony. Oh hi, that's a great question, friend. If two tiles clash, you can't end your turn in that spot. For example, Rose and Jasmine clash, so if it's my turn and I want to move Rose over here, I wouldn't be allowed to place my piece there. I can move past the Rose tile, but my piece can't sit on the same line. When it comes to harmonies, each tile only harmonizes with two other tiles. Jasmine harmonizes with Lily and Rhododendron. If you place White Jade or Chrysanthemum on the same line as Jasmine, it is allowed because they don't clash, however, it doesn't make a harmony and you'll eventually want to use those pieces elsewhere. The White Lotus is special because it can't clash with any tile and it makes a harmony with all tiles, even your opponent's. I hope this helps.